First morning in Oregon, and feeling tired. Went to bed really early, like 8:30. Camped at the road right after the border crossing, making it a 21.5-mile day, I think. Got up at 5. Let's camp at like 5:45, and trying to make it 25 today, but we'll see. Got a blister that formed underneath a callus, so it's very deep and very painful. I tried lancing it today, to not very much success, so we'll see. You might see a video later of me just walking or hiking in a Chaco to avoid that area getting worse. So, about a couple miles into Oregon, and much of the same of Northern California. We've got a really big blowdown coming up that I get to climb over. It's like the 10th one of the day. It's still really hot, and that's really about it so far. But happy to be in a new state. Also, didn't know this, crossed 900 miles yesterday, about 3 miles before the border. So, yeah, more than half of California done, even though I skipped and flipped and hopped around a little bit. So that was a very pleasant surprise. I also should mention that the mosquitoes in Oregon are as bad as everyone says. This morning got completely attacked until, hold on, going over blowdown. I put mosquito repellent on. I have the 40% DEET lotion. Stuff's amazing. It's not greasy, settles into the skin, doesn't sweat off super quickly. So I found that 40% works. Some people have higher percentage than me. Do whatever feels right, but definitely recommend the lotion version of DEET, which they definitely didn't have when I was growing up going to Maine. So pleasant surprise gear wise, but yeah, those mosquitoes, they suck, literally. This has to be some sick irony where we've got a blowdown that goes this way that has been taken care of, and then we've got a blowdown this way that fell perfectly in between. Luckily we can walk through it, but what is this? Oregon, whatever. You got jokes today, I think. You've definitely got jokes. On a little bit of a snow alternative, above it, we get nice views, and we have to summit this random mountain. More views. So I'm back to wearing a single Chaco because my blister hurts so bad. I can't have anything on it. We're gonna do lunch in about 7 miles, so I'm gonna see if I can make it till then, and once we have like a better stopping point, see if I can do a better job lancing it. It's just so painful that even wearing the Chaco is not completely alleviating the pain like it has before. So really in for this one. And of course this happens when I'm planning to do a 25-mile day. So we'll see. This might not actually be 25 miles. It might end up just being as far as I can go, and then the rest of Callahan's Lodge tomorrow, so that I can hitch into Ashland and stay at the hostel. be there for the 3rd and the 4th, which will be fun.
Nice.
All the babies here.
Oh, hi, babies.
These deer.
Yeah, monkey boy!
Woo! He's buff.
It's definitely the firefighters, but we'll take it. Take the glory out.
Okay, so by now you know the drill. I am editing and I'm here to give more context to the greater story. So got into Ashland a couple days early because my feet were destroyed and ended up getting a couple of different hitches into town, skipped some more miles. That's also just commonplace at this point. But Ashland was having a huge 4th of July parade. And we all decided to go and watch the parade and just like take part of the festivities because the group I was hiking with was primarily internationals. So people that had never experienced 4th of July, and I was hyping it up. I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be great. This is going to be great because, you know, America. So we're watching the parade and someone had said it as a joke the night before, like, what if we jumped in at the end of the parade and became the last float? And it was always supposed to be a joke. And to be quite honest, I think I was the one that suggested it. But it then became let's jump in at the end of the parade and follow the fire truck. And yeah, so we just followed the fire truck they were the last float in the parade. And we ended up being float 69 and we made it onto TV. And we were chanting PCT 2023, I think. And we had like one sign someone had made that said like PCT hikers or whatever. And we couldn't really tell if everyone in Ashland appreciated it or thought it was funny or despised us for doing it. But I know on the Trail Angel group, there were a couple Trail Angels that definitely got a kick out of it and really want to see the PCT hikers do it again next year. But unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be a lot of PCT hikers in the area because a lot of us flipped forward or flipped past the Sierra due to the snow this past year. So we just all kind of ended up in Ashland. But Ashland was a really fun time. There's people that had already passed Ashland that came back into town, people that were down Syed that came up into town. And it was a fun party. Being in the parade was actually a lot of fun. I'm so happy that the town was a good sport and allowed us to kind of do that. We collected hikers as we kept going down the parade route. And then we kind of hung out in front of, there's an Indian restaurant there that was playing live music. So you'll see that towards the end. And then the very last clip of this video is actually the footage that made it onto like the newscast or something. And it doesn't have the audio, but the people that were kind of commentating on the parade, they were really funny. They were like, these are the PCT hikers. So no one really knew what we were doing, but once again, thank you, Ashland. Thanks for being really good sports. Thanks for letting us crash the parade, and there's the rest of the video.
Good morning from Ashland, day 2. Someone's blowing. I don't know, it's loud here. I'm off to do my resupply. Yesterday was 4th of July. I have one of the best lattes I've ever had in my life. A really good donut from Case Coffee. So if you're ever in Ashland, go there. It's a horchata ice latte. I am off to Safeway to try and resupply for 16 days and send some bounce boxes. So it's gonna be one interesting day. Yesterday was a lot of fun. Hold on. Being in a city means that there's a lot of cars, so sorry about that. Yesterday was a lot of fun. We crashed the annual parade and had a bunch of PCT hikers at the end, and people seemed to love it. So that was good. I went to bed early. Some people stayed out pretty late. We're gonna see if we get out of town today. that's the hope and plan. But things never seem to go as planned on trail, so I'm gonna resupply, make it to the post office, and then hopefully make it to trail.